get past that, mate. Is that alright? Hello again everyone, nice of you to join us. Sat at home at the moment, but this video is very much about narrowboating, or any sort of inland waterways boating, come to think of it. In the previous video I did say it was going to be a little bit different. Well, this one certainly is. It covers something very important and not really understood that much. And we're talking about the protection of the hull on narrowboats. Now, we've had a lot of maintenance done for that over the years, and you know, that means that our boat is in immaculate condition. Absolutely. We love it. You know, we wouldn't want another boat. It's part of us, so we want to look after it. And maintenance is so important. I mean, you see so many boats and they're full of rust, both on the outside of the hull and underneath as well. Absolutely coated in rust. That's not what we want. Definitely not. So we take our time and make certain that we get the right things to keep our boat in really good condition. And you gain that as well through a bit of experience. The interior is not what this video is about, but I can tell you that we have no rust inside the boat underneath the floor or anything. We have it protected with wax oil. Then we have a felt covering, and then we have some engineering brick. Not loads, because we have a 15mm base plate, and that means we don't need as much ballast. But that's the interior. I'm talking about the exterior. Now, a few years ago, I think it might be getting on for 2.5 to 3 years now, yeah. We took our boat out the water at Glasgow Basin. That's in Tamworth. It's where our boat was built. It used to be Steve Hudson, you know, SM Hudson boat builders. But, you know, with Steve sadly passing away, it was taken over by Norton Keynes. And a good company they are. But we took it to the dry dock there to just get some maintenance work done. We've had boats craned out, you know, previously, but this particular boat of ours has never had a crane near it, and I think it's better, to be honest. When it was built, it was put on rollers and rolled down the slipway into the water. That's how Steve Hudson used to do it. But on this occasion, we used a dry dock, and we took it in, and all the standard things. We drained down, you know, it was pumped out, and we was put on sleepers, and we got the work done. we don't use any form of bitumen. You know, if we have epoxy, which we do, we don't then coat it over with any bitumen. We leave it as 2-pack epoxy and keep on top of it. That's what we always have done. So we had all the work done there, and they made a key for it because we'd had it grit blasted a few years previous to that and coated, but this was a belt and braces one. We had it out and we had it all done again, and a grand job too. Now what happened next is we were looking, while we was having it done, we had a look at our anodes. Anodes, when they get to about 50%, you change them and put new ones on. We had a look at our anodes and they were there or thereabouts. We thought in a few years the time will come to get them changed. Perhaps in hindsight we should have got them all done then, but we didn't. So our boat was done, left, glass coat basin, all pristine. We knew all the metalwork was in good condition. 2-pack epoxy with a zinc coating underneath. Does take some beating. Doesn't get affected by chemicals, unlike bitumen. Once bitumen comes off and you let that water line go, that's why you see most bitumen boats, when they've been in the water a few years and you take it out, you'll see some pitting with the part what's under the water and on the water line. It just happens. It did with our 1, 2, 3 boats back when we had a new boat built. It soon started pitting, and we vowed from that moment 2-pack epoxy all the way, in black as well, not other obscure colours, just black. Right, so this year we've been in lockdown. We couldn't use our boat as much, and then we obviously we've been doing a little bit of work on land, but maintenance is important. So we decided to get some work done. Was we taking it glass coat? Not this time. Not that there's anything wrong with glass coat basin, but at our marina, Overwater Marina, which it's an award-winning marina for a good reason, and it's also got no roads and railways nearby, and it's not a monstrosity of size or full of, you know, too many things. It's what we consider a beautiful marina, and it's just about right, and that's why it's an award-winning marina and won many awards. So what would you decide? Many times you've seen us travelling out, coming out of our mooring on our marina, but we're not going far. Now those who've been watching will know that we've not done as much boating as normal this year, because you know, because we got the holiday cottage and we've been doing a lot of work on it. But that doesn't mean you don't do maintenance and keep an eye on things. We've always done that, and it's going to be interesting to see what the boat looks like when it comes out the water.
That was quick. That was cleaner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bird muck sitter. Do you want me to go back out?
Yeah, we'll be covered in it. Can you see there?
Yes, fine.
In.
We're getting the boat taken out, but this time it's by tractor with the device which you'll see in the video. Again, less stress on the boat, and it's even easier than dry docking. I think it's brilliant. You know, a few people's made videos of it as well, but we got it taken out. Why revs and cold engine? That's what gets you smoke. Here we go. It's a brilliant idea, this, what somebody come up with. Far better than any other method, I think. Anyway, we hope you enjoy watching this, and we hope we have a lot of good feelings when we see everything. But it's absolutely brilliant what they do. I've got to be honest, our boat looks brilliant when you see it away from the when you're not on it. Not a position I normally see, but yeah, absolutely love it.
It looks long, doesn't it, Keith? It's grown. I've been watering it too much.
God, we had fun on Saturday. We had to do our turnarounds on the towpath at Bradley because they were all
Up in the air at a funny angle at the moment, but soon they'll just let it down on some sleepers of some description or blocks. Originally we was going to stay on board while the work was done, but because it was going to go in the undercover and that, we thought, oh, we'll go home and let them get on with it. We've done all this ourselves for years, but nowadays we let somebody do it and get the work done, long as we know that they're decent and do a good job. That's the important thing. So what did we decide to have done? It's out, so we thought, let's get it all taken back again, you know, get it all clean properly, check out the hull and get a key on there and that, and we'll put some more epoxy, 2-pack epoxy in on while it's out, which I think is a good idea, because I can honestly say you won't, it's a mild steel at the end of the day, but there's very, very little rust anywhere on our boat, very little if any, because we work hard to keep it pristine, and it is hard, but that's the way we are. So we got all the epoxy done, you know, that it came out the water. A friend of ours had their boat coming back in the water after having their work done. Anodes and things. First of all, any boat, whether it's old or new, get a galvanic isolator fitted, or make certain there's one fitted to assist in stopping corrosion, because if you get this electrolysis, what happens and that, it can really eat away at your steelwork. So that's number one, which we have. And we have a gauge on and everything, and it tells us if it's performing well, etc. Which is quite important in a marina, because you can get stray electric currents, because everybody has a landline. So you can get stray electric currents and they can cause problems on a narrowboat hull. So we've got that. We've got the 2-pack epoxy. Anodes next. Now, a lot of people just have anodes on the bow and stern. Now that will only provide limited protection. That's just a fact. There is a calculation which you can use, which is quite complicated. I'm not going to go into it, but I think I'll give you the link if you want to work out the weight of anodes you should have on a certain size boat, you know, a certain length of boat, because anodes have a weight, you know, it can be 1.5, 2.5, 2.8, 3.5 kilograms. They have different sizes, but you've got to make certain you have enough anodes on your boat. For years it was bow and stern only, and that's it, but things have, you know, developed a little bit. And what we did, we had our bow and stern anodes replaced as normal, but then we said, we did the calculation for what weight of anodes we should have, and we added another 8 magnesium freshwater anodes. That's what they are. Low profile on the side. That means they're a little bit, you know, designed differently. They're not as bulky as the bow and stern. They're low profile, and that's the intention, is you don't get caught on things. So they're only thin but a bit bigger in size, and they go on. Now Some new boats, they build that in and they have it set back and they have an anode and like a piece in the boat shell. But we haven't, and we're happy with the low profile anodes. So we have all them fitted, and we also thought, well, we have a Noble's bow thruster. It's a pity you can't get hold of them now because they're fantastic. And that has an anode on it to protect it because it's a metal one, not a plastic and that. The other thing, what we use, on each side of the bow thruster tube itself, we have an anode on each side. They're not as big, but they protect the tube, because the tube, you know, it can corrode. We also had all that, you know, the front taken off the cage to stop anything going in, and we had all that cleaned and protected as well. So when it's all done, you've got a really, really good setup for protecting the steelwork. Is it worth spending that money? It is for us, because we know that our boat, the shell and everything, is as good as the day we got the boat. And as we don't want to sell it, because we're just in love with it, everything about it just suits our style, we want to look after it. And it'll hold its price better. If people know it's well maintained, your boat will certainly hold its price better. So we got all that work done, and it was brilliant. It was really good. We was very impressed with what we saw. We had all the anodes fitted as we wanted, spaced out accordingly, all 10 of them. 10 anodes. I think it's 10 or 12. 10 I think it was, yeah. We had them all fitted, knowing that that will be totally protected along with our galvanic isolator as well. Once done, simple again. They kept it there for long enough, you know, to dry off properly. It's no good putting a coating of something on and then in 2 days time it's back in the water. It's got to stay there for a few days, preferably 4 or 5 days, to harden off everything. You know, so your blacking or your epoxy, let it harden off. If you just slap it on one day and put it back in the water the day after, you know, it's not a good job. It's a cosmetic coverage, what I say. But it's true. So that goes back in the water, the guys back out, you know, they do all the stuff. I love watching them do it. You know, they're obviously used to it and it's dead easy. They do all that, get it back in the water, put it back in position where we left it when we first arrived for it to get taken out, and then it's back to us to take it back to our lovely pontoon mooring. and that's the maintenance of the hull. Really good. I do never want to see loads of rust anywhere in my boat, and anybody in the future, and it'll be a long time off I think, but anybody who in the future who wants to buy our boat, they will be confident to see how well it's been looked after and not allowed to deteriorate and get loads of rust everywhere and things like that. So that's how we look after our boat and get the maintenance done. Well worth it for us. So that was a bit different. We've showed you as much as we can, and next time we're going to look at maintenance of the cabin, whether it's polishing, vernishing, washing, painting, just getting all of it looking pristine, because we've not using it as much. We've not had time to do that, which we normally do. But in the next video we'll show you what we do. But for now, we hope you enjoyed watching that side of boating, and we'll see you in the next one. So all I can say is, as usual, ta-ra, stay well, and look forward to seeing you next time.